Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we are going to understand the T code called KP06. It's very important T code is being used in the controlling. Okay, so KP06 is used to do the cost element planning, is also known as a input planning. Okay, cost element planning or input planning can be categorized into two. First is known as a activity independent planning, or you can say without activity doing the planning. Okay, another is activity dependent planning, or you can say with activity planning. So in this, activity type will also come here, activity type will not come. So here when you're doing the planning for activity independent, you need cost center and cost element. Okay, so you need to have a cost center. For these cost center, these are the cost element. For these are the cost element you are going to do planning. So for salary, this much amount you are planning. For utility expenses, this much you are planning. And for rent, this much you are planning. So this is known as a activity independent. So here activity is not involved while doing the planning. Only cost center and cost element is involved while doing planning. Okay, now let's see another kind of planning that is known as activity dependent planning. So here your planning is depending on activity. That is the meaning. So here you will have cost center, you will have cost element. Along with that, you will also have the activity type also. Okay, now let's see. Let's say this is the cost center. For this cost center, we are going to do planning. So here salary, you are planning this much amount for this activity type, for labor activity type. Your utility expenses, you are planning this much amount for labor activity. Okay, only these two cost element you are planning for the labor activity, and these are their amount. Okay, now similarly rent, rent, you are planning this much amount for the painting activity, for the painting activity. Similarly utility expenses, you are planning this much amount for the packing activity. Okay, for packing activity type, this is the activity type code. Similarly here salary, you are planning this much amount for the cleaning activity. Okay, similarly your rent, you are planning this much for your machine activity type. So this, when you are planning based on the activity type, then it is known as a activity dependent planning. So between activity independent and activity dependent planning, in activity dependent only this and this comes, and in activity dependent even your activity type also come into picture. Okay, thank you so much for watching the video. Now I'm going to give you hint what will be the next topic. See here, when you're giving the planning amount here, generally by default it will be considered controlling area currency. Whatever currency you have given in the OKKPT code, that currency amount it will consider as a planning amount currency. But let's say my business wants to enter the planning amount in the company code currency. Okay, whatever amount I am putting here, I want to put into I want to put company code currency amount here, not a controlling area currency. So what I have to do, so that I'm going to cover in the next video, that will be the planning profile. Okay, thank you so much. Please subscribe the channel and wait for next video. Thanks a lot.